Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 FPS. Today you're listening to Post Mortem, an FPS related to the Daisy Chain saga, this coming specifically after Pyrophyte parts 1 and 2. So some of this won't make sense unless you watch that. Pretty much. I am Oatmeal, and I'll be playing the Professor, and with me here...
Hello. Hi, I'm Pencils. I will be playing Spectacled Spectre, or Specs for short.
Yep. And, let's see. The Professor has Specs, a business card, and calls them up, asks if they can meet. This is a couple days after the events of Pyrophyte. And Specs was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's meet up. Why not?
Yeah.
Nothing suspicious about this.
So Professor basically moves the ellipsis from where he had it, which was probably in Villestown, because he did in fact after the events of Pyrophyte, like, fall asleep while everyone was getting all, like, healed up and stuff. So I imagine the ellipsis just sort of dropped everybody off and then dumped Professor and Izumi in Villestown.
Dumped them in Villestown.
Yeah. But in any case, it's been a couple days, and outside, what do you have, a house, an apartment?
You'll notice it's a house in the middle, it's a cabin in the middle of the woods.
Oh, very atmospheric. Very nice.
Yeah, Specs lives in a cabin in the middle of the woods. There isn't that much people out here, but it sure is a house.
That seems appropriate for a paranormal investigator. Well,
oh yes, a paranormal investigator who, by the way, is also a ghost, so...
Yeah. So outside your cabin, Specs can hear a sort of mechanical wheezing and groaning noise, which you've heard once or twice before. It's a sound that the ellipsis makes when it's moving. And
Specs makes a mental note to, like, I need to ask about that, oh boy.
Yup. And it materializes with a dun. And there's a creak as the ellipsis door opens. And the Professor steps out, and he's gonna go up to the front door and knock.
When you knock on it, the door opens and you see Mushroom greeting you.
Hello, Mushroom.
Mushroom is going to then just point to the back where, like, Specs is. I think maybe the call happened, I don't know how long the call happened, like maybe a few hours or even a few minutes earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Specs just wasn't expecting you to arrive so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, short notice.
Yeah, Specs is just currently... You see, like, Specs is just currently looking at, what's it called? A corkboard with, like, a bunch of, like, newspaper articles. You know, the very, like, red string newspaper articles. Yeah, the conspiracy board.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mushroom just points to that and just hops towards Specs.
Mm-hmm. Professor comes in and closes the door. Specs?
Huh? Oh, Professor, you're here! I didn't expect you to arrive so early.
Oh, well, you know, teleportation.
Oh, Right. I keep forgetting about that sometimes. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is that you've got there?
Huh? This? It, the corkboard?
Mm.
Nothing much. Just my own personal research. That's it.
Ah. Mm-hmm. Yes, they seem to
And
be rather popular.
yeah, actually, if you want, you can make like a perception check, I guess,
Yeah, I'd love
to
to.
see the report.
Yeah. Alright, let me make some space here. I need space to roll. Okay, what's your modifier? That's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can see it pretty well. Uh, you can see that it's mostly most of the stuff you can see is newspaper clippings from specifically the Uncanny Valley.
Hmm. Interesting.
Specifically, like news about the Uncanny Valley and like some stuff that's happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Not entirely sure how like some of these things don't seem to entirely connect with each other, but you can see Specs is trying to make them connect
Mm-hmm.
with the red string.
Very nice.
But anyway, besides that, Specs is just like, oh yeah, but so yeah, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I wondered, well, I wanted to see how you were doing and, just sort of discuss, you know, the situation as a whole and specifically what happened a few days ago. You could, come in the, ellipsis if you like. I don't know if you're... I know it's short notice. I don't know if you're, prepared to have guests.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the house is kind of a mess right now. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay.
And also, you can see Specs glance off to the side, and if you look off to the side, you can see a door that's looks very suspicious because there's a very ominous aura coming out of the door.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like I did get a few cursed artifacts recently, and I have not been able to properly sort them out. So
Oh.
yeah, we should probably stay away from that door for the time being.
Yes, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. We just stick to the ellipsis for now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I don't think I can get curses off of objects, just people.
Yeah, exactly. So we can leave that door shut like it always has, and we can go chill in the ellipsis.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. All right, well then, in that case, this way, and he'll lead out.
I don't like how that sounds. What do you mean? How many cursed objects does the ellipsis have?
Too many. They're labeled though. Most
yeah,
of them.
honestly, so many cursed objects.
Yeah, it's a big ship. But yeah, he'll lead the way and lead into the room that you've been into, which is, you know, the console room. It's got the sort of hexagonal console bit in the center, and then, you know, it's more or less a 30 by 30 space. And then he just sort of, like, as he's going past it, hits a lever on the console that opens the interior doors, which you recall go further into the ellipsis, and you've seen at least the med bay. Don't know if you took a look at anything else, but you have been through this hallway at least.
Okay, I think Specs is gonna take this opportunity now because before they didn't have the chance because we were always like, go to the ellipsis and going somewhere else in a rush or something, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So Specs is finally gonna take this chance. It's like, so I have like a couple of questions about this thing.
Oh, yes, shoot.
It's mostly like, so for one, the interior is way bigger than the exterior, which is, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of interesting. And also, just what exactly is the origin of this thing? Because I heard mechanical noises, so I thought it would be something, like mechanical, but
Mm.
like at the same time, feels like it's also like, you know,
Alive.
also operated with magic. Yeah, and also alive.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff. So I was just wondering
Yes,
if you
yes.
don't mind answering some questions.
No, certainly, absolutely. Let's see. Uh, well, it originated from a place called Falagray, which is very, very far from here. Um, Made by um, uh, my ancestors, I guess. And it is sort of part mechanical, part organic, part magic. It is able to function within anti magic spaces. Um, it's just a little more difficult. Um, but so it doesn't rely entirely on that. It's really mostly mundane in nature.
Hmm. So I'm assuming, like, when it's in a non-magical, like an anti-magic space, it relies on more of the mechanical aspects.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just see Specs, like, Specs took out, like, a notebook at one point and just started jotting this down because, like, new information, ooh. And also, I know you said that this thing came from a very far away place, but, like, Specs is like, I wonder if, like, I wonder I wonder if I can just. I don't think I've heard of that place before, but I wonder if I find it, can I get something like this? I very much well know that they cannot, but like Specs just thinks, I wonder if I can get something like this, man. That would be so useful.
You know what? Go ahead and roll, and I can tell you something, but it's you can basically be sure that you've never heard of it, and that's weird if you roll high
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, okay. Wait, should I roll like a history?
Yeah, probably history. Or, yeah, no, history. History makes the most sense.
That's a 1.
Oh, you have no idea.
I have never heard of that place before.
You don't
I
know,
better
and you
look it
don't
up.
know if you've heard of it, and like, oh, like, did I hear about it, then forget? You genuinely have no idea.
Yeah, Specs is just like, well, I better look it up when I get back home.
Yep. Spoilers, you won't find
That's how
any.
you find. That's how you find places. You look it up,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Yeah.
Specs is gonna go on a wild goose chase after this.
Oh. So yes, in addition to being technological, it's made out of a sort of living material. Not uh not like flesh, and he sort of like gestures at himself, like more of a living metal.
Oh, a living metal. Hmm.
Yes, metal
Interesting.
and some sort of almost ceramic type structures. Kind of a
So,
brittle. It's not quite stone. It's a bit denser than brick. It's not concrete.
you can just see Specs staring at the wall now, just like trying to get a closer look to see if they can see this material.
Yeah, the walls are made of primarily metal, um, and some like smooth surfaces that might be plastics.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Oh, should I do it? Should I do it? Candle, you put that thought in my head. Should I do it?
You may.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to like just say Specs. You can see Specs staring very closely into the wall, and then they just put their head through the wall.
The professor like jumps startled and like oh gosh, you can do that, right? And what you see is that basically each of the sort of honeycomb shaped like inlays in the walls, it kind of just looks like a funky wall pattern. Each of them leads to a sort of like very long cabinet. It's some of them are a few feet long, some of them are um, like 10 feet long. Like you could stick a whole like fishing pole in there. And some of them have stuff in them. Some of them have technology in it. Um, and some of them are empty, just sort of empty storage space.
Yeah, you can hear like a muffled sound coming from the wall, just like you have a lot of stuff here.
Yes, I do. Um, hmm. That's okay. Uh, in the console room, that's actually probably fine, and in a few other established rooms. But just a word of caution: don't go. Uh, uh, Keep your limbs inside the vehicle at all times. When traversing the halls or um, any sort of semi corporeal spaces.
Yeah, Spec sticks their head back out. It's like, oh, okay, sure, I'll keep that in mind. But in their head, they're just thinking, but I'm always keeping my limbs in the vehicle. This whole thing is the vehicle.
Yeah, I just don't want you to get sheared by a passing dimension.
Okay, then. That sounds very bad. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, sort of like getting caught between gears. It's just not ideal.
Yeah, that does not sound ideal whatsoever. Hmm.
Yeah. No, to be fair, you've got a bit of wiggle room. There's usually a bit of space before she starts to get abstract. You could bust down a wall, and there's going to be something behind it, but there might not be something behind that. That's the problem.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mm-hmm. Well, at any rate, did you have any other questions about the ellipsis?
I think I can save those questions for now.
Hmm.
What did you want to talk about, by the way?
Well, well, I was wondering sort of what your take on the situation was in general, but specifically I wanted I noticed you seemed a little off towards the end of the fight, and I wanted to make sure you were all right.
Wait, what?
When we
Sorry,
were
what?
when we were fighting Lee, you seemed a bit off. And I was wondering if you were all right.
Did I?
Just a bit.
I I think you can see the look in Specs. Actually, roll me like a perception, or maybe like
Insight?
insight. Insight, yeah,
Mm.
insight.
What is that? Okay. This. That's a 15.
Okay. You can see like Specs actually kind of doesn't looks like they don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Like, they kind of. It looks like they actually don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm. Um. Well, it's. I mean, I was a little occupied, but after um, after Lee took down Azumi.
Okay, at that, Specs just like, oh, that part, right.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, I don't really remember what happened after that, to be honest.
Ah. Oh, that's not ideal.
Sorry, but could you actually tell me what happened after that? Because I can't fully remember that part exact. I mean, I think I remember it, but it's kind of a little bit hazy.
Oh, certainly, yes. Well, let's
Like,
see.
I always just assume it was because we were in the middle of a fight and everything just kind of blurred together, you know?
Ah, maybe. Well, let's see. Lee took down, Azumi, and then, I think, Karma went in, I think hit him some, and then, went to guard Azumi. Routine dropped the desk on Lee from, the floor above.
Yeah, that Specs like, oh yeah, I remember that part.
Yes, yes. And then he got stuck, and I came down to heal Azumi. And I think you before I did that, I think you had warding wind up, and you had these. He does like a gesture, like behind. Like pointing behind Specs, like you had a sort of this sort of translucent green wings, quite nice.
Okay, at that, Specs is like, oh, that. Oh.
Mm.
And oh boy, you don't even need an investigation to see like, oh yeah, Specs is very conflicted about that.
Yeah, he sort of tilts his head a bit. So is that not normally what happens when you cast warding wind?
Oh, no, it is. It always happens when I cast Warding Wind, actually.
Hmm.
I don't exactly know. Actually, Specs takes a pause and like you can see they're thinking,
Hmm.
but then later they just say, "Yeah, actually, no. I think I actually have an explanation for that now." Oh, I have an explanation for that now.
Oh.
Oh, it's nothing that big. It's just something happened recently. But I was with like a bunch of friends. Something happened recently. It
Hmm.
brought up some stuff, and I guess I have an explanation for those wings now.
Oh. All right. I see. Was this the same adventure you got cursed on?
Oh, yes, it definitely was an adventure I got cursed on, but like we are all fine now. That one happened like a while ago. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we got checked after that. Everyone was perfectly fine after it. Nothing was lingering after it.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I trust. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we got checked up after it. Everything seemed to be fine. I think someone would have noticed, and it's been a while since then. So yeah, we're all perfectly fine now.
Okay, I'm gonna roll insight to see if he's telling the truth, because I'm not sure. 21.
A 21. Specs does seem to be telling the truth.
Okay.
They got checked up after the adventure was over. Like Specs and their friends got checked up. It was fine.
Yeah.
They got checked up by their grandmas. It's fine.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that there wasn't anything left from that. Was this? You also said something about what was it? An attic behind a stair. No. Not a staircase. It was a bookcase.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's just Specs just like looks and it's just like, oh yeah. I'm never trusting secret passages ever again after that.
Yes. What happened?
Okay, so basically what happened was that me and a group of my friends, we decided to help our grandma for a bit, right? To help clean out this house, right?
Sure.
And we found out, oh hey, there's like a secret treasure in this house, and we went through all these puzzles, and there was also a ghost there, and we helped that ghost, which was very nice. Their name was Willow, I think, and then we went up the staircase. Marigold was like super excited about it.
Wait, Marigold?
And then we went.
You know Marigold?
Wait, do you know Marigold too?
I do. Sort of a Warforged centaur.
Oh, hey, I didn't know you knew Marigold. But yeah, Marigold was with me on this adventure. But our other friends too, Casey and Mana. But besides that, we went up the attic, we found this dumb owl statue, and it trapped us in a sort of, very weird place, mine palace sort of thing.
Oh.
And then we managed to get out of it. We're all fine from it now.
Oh. That's... I mean, that does sound like, quite the trip.
It was quite the trip, oh boy. Oh, and that's actually how I got this thing. And Specs actually pulls out the Stone of True Sight they got during the adventure.
Let me see. If I... See, I should probably roll Arcana to see what this does. Or wait, no, I have the spell Identify. I can just do that. If it is a magic item or some other magic-imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them. Whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has.
Yeah, I'll put in the picture that Candle put in. That Candle show us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, here's the spiel for Identify. It's just a little touch spell, so he'll just sort of like tap it.
Yeah, it's this stone. It's loading. There it is.
Yeah.
Stone of True Sight, baby.
Very nice. So he gets that it allows the user to see with true sight if they're looking through it, presumably.
basically.
Alright. Oh, that's... You got that there. This is actually very nifty. Gosh,
It's
extremely
extremely
useful.
nifty.
Yes, yes.
It is.
Wow. And this was in the uh sort of weird place, or just in the attic?
We got it after we escaped the Mine Palace, so
Ah.
I mean, it was just in our pockets, so I don't.
Oh, probably from there
It just,
then.
yeah, probably. It just materialized in our pockets.
Hmm. I wonder what that symbol means.
I've been wondering that myself.
Hmm. Very strange.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, that's quite useful.
It is extremely useful. In fact, I used it during, well, after the fight, actually, while we were going through Lee's stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
didn't really see any. Didn't really see anything of importance, and you can like at that point you can tell like, yeah, Specs is hiding something. Like, oh yeah, don't worry, I didn't see anything of importance, nothing weird in the attic we saw.
Yeah, he raises an eyebrow. You didn't see anything with the stone, while you were up there.
Oh no, I totally didn't see anything. I'm gonna roll a deception actually to see how good this is.
Oh
Because
gosh.
let's see. My deception is why is why do I have I don't remember doing oh well. I don't think I rolled deception that much, but I'm looking at it now, it's like why do I have a +4 to this?
I don't know. Maybe it's... I don't know. Are you a charisma caster or an intelligence caster?
I'm an intelligence caster.
Oh, then I have no idea.
Oh, not a +4, a +5 actually.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you took a proficiency or something.
Maybe. I can't remember why I gave Specs good deception.
Ooh. That's a
Yeah, that's
15. That's pretty good. Um,
you can try to contest that.
yeah, I think I will. My insight's not very good, though. Yeah, no, 13 will not do it. Yeah, that's, not gonna
Everything is
suffice.
fine here. Specs totally didn't see anything else in that attic.
Yeah. So he goes like, alright.
I think I think right now Specs is just the whole thing with Specs is like if Azumi didn't if like as I don't know if Azumi's even aware of the things that are following them, and I feel like I should be discussing that with Azumi instead.
Yeah. Yeah, which
And
makes...
I don't know if the professor is aware of it, so
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But he just sort of nods, like, yes, true sight is, an interesting, ability to have.
I mean, it's been very useful for me.
Mm-hmm. Have you used it for, I don't know, your work, investigation at all?
Uh, Not entirely. I mean, I have used it occasionally, but you know, the chart like this thing comes with a bunch of charges, so it only works for 5 minutes.
Ah, of course. So, are you sure that you just forgot what happened at that particular part of the fight?
I mean, not entirely forgot. I think I can recall some moments. Like I definitely remember Rutan pushing off that desk. That was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like it's just a bit hazy, you know?
Hmm. I I suppose I just don't know why it would be. I mean, there was a lot going on, yes.
I mean, that usually happens when I cast Warding Wind sometimes. Only sometimes, though, not all the time.
Only sometimes.
Mm. I don't know, I just kind of accepted that it kind of happened.
Hmm. Huh. Why were you that close to him anyway?
Close to who?
To Lee.
Uh, okay, genuinely out of character. Specs was
Oh,
close to Lee during the fight.
um,
So,
got close to him because he wasn't thinking straight and,
oh right, the Warding Wind,
yeah,
yeah.
went to try to use that on him, but it turned out it was limited range. You couldn't get him.
Uh, hmm. Okay, this one Specs is just gonna like I don't actually know. That doesn't sound like a good move. Not looking back, if I got close to Lee, that doesn't actually sound like a good move on my part.
No, I figured you would probably work better from a distance. Um, give yourself a good uh, 15, 30 feet. But he didn't.
Hmm.
Um, he didn't hurt you, did he? I sort of. Well, I was up. I was on the second. No, the third. I was on the third floor for that part, so I missed um, a few seconds of the fight. Um,
No, I don't think he didn't actually hurt me that badly. I think I actually got off pretty okay. I'm saying this because Specs actually didn't really get that hit during the fight. I think, yeah, I
he
still
didn't
had
take
all my
any
50.
damage. Yeah, he
He
didn't.
did not, I took 0 damage during that fight.
Correct.
I took 0 damage during that fight, God.
Mhm. Yeah, so did routine. Okay, that's good. Um, well, what do you think of what happened? Because personally, I think that was the whole operation was a bit of a wash.
Uh, I mean, we got the information on Lee, and so we can blackmail him, so that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I think we did pretty good considering the fact that everyone kept saying, "Oh, if you fight this guy, you're going to die" or something. Which, by the way, I always contested with the fact that I'm already dead, so technically he can't do shit to me.
Hmm. Yes.
But
Well.
yeah, I think it went pretty alright considering what we've heard from Lee. So about Lee,
Uh, I guess that's one way to
I
look
mean,
at it. We.
yeah, it could have gone better, obviously, but I think we did pretty well.
Hmm. We. We came very close. Um. I mean, you know, Azumi, but also Karma, and
Mm.
I wasn't doing so hot either. He
Yeah, are
got
you
me
doing
pretty
alright
good.
after that fight? Are you doing alright after that fight?
Um, I've had uh I've had enough time to heal, and he sort of uh like almost like patting himself down, like I've it's a bit sore yet, but no open wounds or anything like that.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yes. It's just I he if we weren't he very nearly took out the three of us, and then I don't he could probably take routine in one hit. Um, and I don't know. I don't know what would happen.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what would happen.
Hmm.
Like, ghost stuff is very weird. Trust me when I say it. As someone who's been studying it, it's very weird.
uh, yes, I can understand that. Uh, I've I've encountered a few ghosts of various sorts. But yes, I just think that was I don't know if that was worth the risk. Uh, I think if I had known what what could happen, I don't think that's the approach I would have gone with.
Mm. Yeah, like I said, it could have definitely gone better, but it could have definitely gone worse too. We're all
Yes.
fine. I mean, it's nice that we're all fine after it. And from what I've heard, Lee's in the hospital right now, so.
Mm.
Mm.
Yes, it's just I think we were a lot closer to the worst part than the better part.
Yeah,
I don't want to make that mistake again.
yeah. I'm sorry, out of character. This is like, we're saying all this, and then I'm just imagining goddamn Rooted.
Yeah.
You seen the FPS with Rutin, right? You
Yeah.
seen Lending an Ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just imagining like during this time like we're discussing, oh boy, it was very bad. And Rutin's just in the goddamn hospital room with Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. He's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing and we're just here discussing, man, that was like it didn't go that well, and then Rutin's just in the goddamn hospital room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if we had to do it again, we just have to be a bit more prepared, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, like for our first try, it was pretty impressive.
Yes. I suppose. He doesn't seem convinced.
Yeah, man. I don't even think Specs is fully convinced.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, shit really went bad during that fight.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just glad I was able to get to Azumi before Lee was. I mean, I'll be honest, that desk made a lot of difference there.
Yeah.
If he'd been allowed to move, uh, even if I'd got Azumi, that could have been somebody else. And I only have so much healing magic. Hmm.
I'm just thinking right now because, man, I don't know, like, Specs does not deal, like, despite being a ghost, Specs does not deal with, like, other people's deaths that well.
Mm-hmm.
The thought of other people's deaths that well.
Yeah. So,
I guess we can only focus on what happened now. Like, if we're just gonna focus on the what ifs, I think we're just gonna be driving ourselves insane, you know? Like, oh yeah, that could have happened. What if that happened, you know? Let's just focus on the fact that we got away. Perfectly fine. I mean, not perfectly fine, obviously, but we're fine now.
well, yes, but it's worth, I think, analyzing what happened to learn from our mistakes.
That's fair.
But I, I, I mean, are you really sure that you're all right? Because you really
Uh,
didn't quite seem uh 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 on completely on your game there for a moment. Was something happening?
I mean, maybe something happened. Like I said, it's a little bit fuzzy, but I think I do remember some stuff. Like, I think it's mostly when Azumi got down. That kind of was kind of shocking, you know?
Yes. Is that's about when it goes fuzzy?
Somewhere around there-ish.
Mm. Mhm. Yes. Well, uh he was Lee was pretty brutal.
Lee was very brutal. It was definitely not a great time there.
Yes. Hmm.
I hope I'll be fine next time if this happens again. Hopefully it won't happen again. Hopefully we can figure something out before it happens again, you know?
Right. Well, hopefully nobody gets knocked out next time, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, you're right. Like, just hopefully it won't happen again. You know? Hopefully we'll be more more prepared
Yes.
now that we know like exactly who we're fighting
Right.
instead of just some clues.
Mhm. But the problem is he also knows exactly who he's fighting now.
Oh, crud, you're right. Hmm.
You know, we sort of, this was our one chance at the element of surprise, and I think we did use it rather well. But that just went really poorly. I mean, I'm glad we got what we got, because otherwise, if there was nothing in that room, think about it. If there was nothing in that treasure room, we would have been leaving essentially empty-handed. We couldn't take him with us. All we got out of him was a conversation and a verbal confirmation that he is as bad as we thought, and that he is the person we thought he was.
Yeah. Mm. I mean, from my experience, I think it went well better than last time.
Better than last time? Last time being...
Okay, so Specs goes to open their mouth to say what last time was, but then they stop. And then they think about it, and they just said, huh, what was last time? Huh, that's weird.
Have you... Are you saying you fought Lee before?
Oh, no, I don't think I fought Lee before. Definitely not. I would have remembered if I fought Lee before.
Right. Well, I don't know. What was the last time you were in combat? Was it when Joy got kidnapped, or was it something else?
No, it wasn't the last time I was in combat. No. It's not. Sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Are you okay?
I don't even... Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
I'm not terribly inclined to believe you.
No.
You don't have
This
to...
happens. This happens sometimes, don't worry. It just... Sometimes I say something and I don't actually remember why I said it, you know. And stuff like that.
Are you... And he sort of like puts his head in his hands briefly, in a sort of like kind of like an oh boy like gesture, and like and then puts his hands down. This is probably a really rude question, but are you the sort of ghost who remembers your life or not?
Oh boy, someone finally asked this. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is me out of character. Someone finally asked this. That wasn't a child.
Aww.
The last person who asked this, by the way, was Joy, and Specs for sure wasn't gonna tell Joy any of that.
Aw. Yeah. Gosh.
Like literally, Joy asked, like, do you And I was like, I'm not telling a child that. Oh my god.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But yeah, Specs looks at you. It was just that's not that rude of a question, trust me. But no, I'm not the sort of ghost who remembers their last life. I don't actually remember anything, which is, you know,
Hmm.
eh.
Disorienting. Unnerving.
Yes, that definitely disorienting, unnerving, annoying sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because you've got vestiges, you've got bits you can. They're almost there. You can almost see them, but they're out of reach.
Yeah, something like that.
Bits of memory that just surface sometimes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really like thinking about, like I said, I don't really like thinking about it that much.
Have you
Because
talked to
hmm?
anyone about it?
No, not really. I just kind of handled it on my own.
Mm. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, I have met some other ghosts who have similar experiences, you know?
Yes.
Like, some of them also can't remember what happened to them. Some of them do remember, and oh my god, sometimes they wish they didn't remember.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, I can understand.
so yeah, I try not to think about this stuff that much, you know?
Right. I I mean, I understand sort of um the want to sort of stay positive, but there are some things that are worth addressing.
I mean, yeah, I guess. This whole thing did get brought up recently. Remember the whole like the whole adventure incident I was talking about
Yes,
before?
yes.
Yeah, the Mind Palace was very weird. It took me to this place that I didn't even remember.
Hmm.
So that was definitely weird.
Probably something from your life.
Most likely.
Hmm. Was it was it good? Was it bad?
It was pretty bad from the looks of it.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was the place where I died, so that's not great.
Oh, yes, no. That's rarely a good place.
Hmm.
I mean, people die in all sorts of different locations, but if you've got post-conscious memory, generally not fantastic feelings associated with that.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Was, uh, how long have you been a ghost?
Uh, I think it's been a few years now at this point. I think maybe 2 years,
Oh.
almost three.
He kinda, like, winces. So that was pretty recent.
Somewhat recent.
Mm. Are, and he thinks back to the conspiracy board. Are you trying to figure out who was responsible for that, or...
Uh, well, I wasn't for the longest time because I just thought like, hey, I don't really, what's it matter? I'm already dead. I don't remember it. So, I sort of had the mindset, it's like, it happened. I don't remember it. I might as well just move on. But I guess it got brought up recently, so I did get curious all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it was sort of me wondering, but other than that, I just been doing personal research for other stuff.
Mm-hmm. What kind of other stuff?
Oh boy, Specs can't mention that. That involves other characters that aren't here. That aren't here right now. They've mostly been investigating the Uncanny Valley for totally other reasons, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They could just say, like, it has nothing to do with you.
Oh no, that whole thing has nothing to do with me. It has completely nothing to do with me. Trust me.
Oh, alright. Just something you're interested in.
Just something I'm interested in.
Okay. Hmm. What do you think of, what do you think we should do with Lee, once we have him?
Well, mostly I thought we were just going to interrogate him mostly, figure out what the heck like what the heck he's up to, why the heck he's done everything he did. You know,
Hmm. I don't know if he would tell us any of that.
we can hold his ear for hostage.
Uh, uh, I don't know if... I don't know if Routine kept it, or if he left it there. I'm not sure. I don't know. I
Oh yeah,
suppose I'd have to ask
he might
Routine.
have left it. I mean, he might have left it there actually. Maybe we couldn't hold his ear for hostage. I don't know. Maybe we could hold the information we have as blackmail.
Um, we could, but I, usually the way blackmail works is, we hold the information and we say, do what we want or we'll release it. Well, the problem is, think both, I think he knows that we're going to want to release this information regardless. So it's not especially fantastic, bargaining power if he knows we're really not willing to keep much of this, secret.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can make him do anything. We can certainly, affect his, business, his, standing in the town. That is one of the things I never quite understood is why he's so... Why that town? Was it just because he grew up there? Is he... I mean, the ruins were in Giant, weren't they? Ancient Giant or something?
Yeah, they were.
Right. Well, he's a half giant. Is he maybe related to the original inhabitants? You know, from 1,000
Maybe?
some years ago?
Maybe, who knows? Like, it's all. I feel like these are all questions we need to ask him. And, like, I'm still. We could get him while he's in the hospital. He's at this most vulnerable there.
I don't know that he is. I would imagine that he would have guards, and also uh he sort of like gestures at himself like, I even if he's injured, I don't know that the rest of us are in prime condition to return fire. Um
I think maybe we should discuss this with the rest of the group before we think of anything else, because, man, it's hard to come up with ideas without others' input, you know.
yes, yes. Yes. I yeah.
Out of character, and maybe if we discuss this with the rest of the group, Rutin can tell us what the fuck he did.
Mhm. Yeah.
God, I still can't believe Rutin did that. On one hand, it's so funny. On the other hand, oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh boy. Ugh. What do you think of um the situation with Joy, and Daisy, I suppose?
Well, okay, so I haven't actually met Daisy, so I have no idea what to think about them.
Mm. I think
Joy
most of us
is,
haven't.
yeah, so no idea what to think about Daisy.
Mm.
Maybe that'll change when I actually meet them. I don't know how we're actually gonna meet them, considering the fact they're trapped in a jewel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's gonna be a little hard. Joy, man, I really think she doesn't deserve any of this.
No, no. I mean, she was really just forced into the situation by her parents. She shouldn't have even have been in that building in the first place. Wasn't even allowed.
It, she shouldn't have had to go through all of this at all, but
Mm.
she's here now, and by God, I hope we can do something about that. She's such a
Yes.
sweet kid, man.
Yeah, she is. And she was forced to learn uh, a lot of very difficult lessons very early.
I'm just Specs is currently remembering the talk they had with Daisy,
Mm-hmm.
and oh boy, it was not a good. I mean, it was like very cute, but also at the same time, at near the end there, it got kind of uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah, because they started asking about death and stuff.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I think
And
Professor.
Specs pretty much knows at that point that, like, yeah, I think, yeah, Joy probably died there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they just got it confirmed later, uh, during the Finding Joy game.
Mhm.
Like, yep, that happened. Ah, yes, I think at let's see, one of the meetings I had with Joy early on, she didn't want to tell anybody anything. This was before you were involved. Didn't want to tell anybody anything. We didn't know there were bad men. We didn't know uh, Daisy was a deity. We didn't know. Uh, we didn't know hardly anything. She didn't even tell anybody her birthday. Um, but she asked She asked Azumi and I if we were afraid to die. That's such a wild thing for a 7-year-old to ask.
Yeah.
But knowing what we know now, it, unfortunately, makes only too much sense. She's very thoughtful, too, because not only did she ask if we were afraid to die, but also if we were afraid of our friends dying. Because that was... not the same answer.
Man, she really shouldn't have to go through any of this.
No. She was withholding information because she thought she could keep us safe. Oh, we really can't tell her how that fight went.
Oh yeah, definitely not. We can just keep it on the down low. We can just not tell her. We can just say everything went fine.
I mean, I think we have to tell her that we fought, but I don't think you have to tell her the details.
But it went kind of bad. Yeah, we don't have to tell her how it went. We just can tell her we fought him. Yep, we should all agree on that. We shouldn't tell her the details of the fight. Oh boy.
Yeah. Because she's going to ask. She's actually, she can, well, I mean, she is still a child, but she can read people decently well. Oh dear. We'll let Azumi tell her. He's good at lying.
He's very good at lying. Oh my god. Yeah, Azumi can tell her. Azumi can tell her. We're just dumping it all on Azumi. Hey, can you tell her how the fight went? Like, hey, can you tell her how the fight went? We can't lie, so you have to do it.
Yeah. Professor is... He has an okay deception modifier.
Specs also has a fine deception modifier. It's just no, we gotta we can't risk this. We need Azumi's disgusting one.
Yes. Whatever he's got. I don't know, plus 13 or something.
Yeah, exactly. We need his disgusting modifier.
Huh. Actually, that reminds me. Have you really no idea what happens if you were to be knocked out? Because if I know what to do with somebody like Azumi or like Karma or Routine, but Specs, what am I do you still hold your form? Will there be something for me to heal?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Out of character. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Even I'm not sure.
That's okay.
I haven't gone. Like, it's literally, I haven't gone to that point yet. Like, I just been sort of like, haha, I hope Specs doesn't get knocked out considering the fact they're a wizard and also they're a ghost. I don't know how that will work.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. That's understandable.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Specs is just, Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what happens to me if I get knocked out. It hasn't happened yet, so
Okay. I'll just have to, um, we'll just have to be very careful then, that you don't get hit, because, uh, maybe I can heal you, like, normal, but, maybe not.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that
undead can be sort of
hopefully,
dodgy, but toons are also on a whole different set of rules, so I'm really not sure.
yeah, hopefully we can kind of avoid that situation.
Ideally, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
You can keep saying that.
It's yeah, it's look, it'll be fine. We'll get to it when we get to it. Uh, hopefully we won't get to it.
Hmm. Yes. Hopefully. Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, Professor, how are you holding up with all this?
Um. Uh. Well, I. Um. I think it's. I think it's fair to say that, that encounter, uh, shook me, somewhat. I don't usually. I. I mean, in all honesty, I'm usually able to go into, uh, combat with gusto and excitement and, leave it with just about the same, with maybe a few more scrapes. But, um, this really was not good, and, as sort of our primary healer, you know, I sort of feel responsible for everybody else's health, and oh, it's really difficult with somebody dealing that amount of damage that quickly. Uh, and he wounded me first, so that wasn't that that wasn't ideal, because then I had to retreat immediately. Oh, if only slow would have worked.
Hmm. Well, like I said before, what's done is done. We got through it, and we got out of it. And sure, it might have not been the best, but at least we got through it, you know.
I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to let it go that easily. I'm gonna be honest with you, Specs.
That's fair enough. I mean, that's completely fair enough. you can like keep thinking about it. Of course you can keep thinking about it, but at one point we just gotta just go, yeah, okay, that's enough. You know, like we got through it, we did it, and we're fine now. And we'll just have to worry about the next time if we have to do it again.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Like we can learn from this experience. We can just like, oh yeah, we probably need to definitely be more prepared next time. We no longer have the element of surprise, but like that means we just have to come up with a new plan. So
But
yeah.
how do we prepare? I mean, we were decently well prepared last time. What else? What more can we do? I don't think we want to bring any more people into this.
Oh no, I don't feel like we should bring any more people into it either. I still have a bunch of cursed items. We could chuck one at him next time. Maybe that will work.
Maybe. That's assuming it's a targeted effect.
Yeah, maybe that could work. I think I might have something I could use. Who knows?
Maybe. Uh, uh.
Professor, you did a wonderful job during the fight, so you don't have to keep beating yourself up about it.
I. He kind of like looks away, and rubs his face with his hand. I, I don't, I don't think I was doing that. I don't know what we could have done better. And that is bothering me because this isn't the last time we're going to see him. I know we need to move on and think of next time, but I'm not sure what we can add for next time or change. Because that can't happen again. It just if we had that fight again and just nudged it a little bit to the left, that would be 3 of us completely down, and that's no healer, and maybe you and Routine escape. That's not even guaranteed. I mean, if we nudge
Maybe
it...
next time we could get some healing potions, you know.
I had a healing potion. I didn't have time to give it to anybody.
Maybe next time we can all just bring healing potions.
Yes, but that takes time to use in the middle of the fight, time that we don't have.
Professor, look, it's fine. We'll figure something out. Hopefully with the rest of the team. Maybe they'll have some ideas too.
Perhaps. Are you... Was Marigold okay? It sounded like you guys went through something rough.
Yeah, Marigold. We all got out of it pretty okay. There was definitely some stuff we came out with it, but other than that, we all got out pretty fine.
Okay, what was the some stuff? because I'm, well, not only her friend, but also friends with her father, who she sometimes doesn't tell stuff to.
I'm gonna be like, Spectre's just like, Marigold never told me she had a dad. When did that come up? When did that happen? But anyway, besides that, it's like, I mean, some stuff got. Hi, Candle. Yeah, it's the consequences of your actions. Some stuff got brought up. Like, I saw the place where I died. Marigold saw something else that I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I think I can definitely see the significance.
I might be able to make a guess, but yes, continue.
Yeah. Uh, it also didn't help that we sure did not look like ourselves during that period of time. Oh boy.
You didn't?
Some of us looked similar to ourselves. Some of us did not. Like I said, I do have an explanation for the wings now.
Oh, you had wings in this alternate form?
Yep.
Huh. Fair.
And Marigold, oh boy, she looked very different. But actually, I think I probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that.
Well,
It's Marigold's whole deal.
That's true, but I do I do know a lot of her whole deal. I know that she's not a Warforged.
Comment if you're listening to this. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I guess, but it still doesn't feel comfortable talking about it without her here, you know?
Yes, but look, Specs, me and uh people three people who consider them who are uh Wrens of Marigold formed a group specifically to communicate information to each other regarding various wards that some of us have, including and specifically focusing on Marigold, because Marigold didn't want to tell anyone anything.
Oh my god! Like, Specs just goes, that kind of sounds like her, actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of just asking on behalf of her father, her mother, her Wren, and I don't know, is TC a Wren or a Grand Wren? I'm not sure. Wren. It's Wren.
I mean, yeah, stuff definitely happened in there. There was like, she didn't look like she usually does. She was smaller, that's
Right.
for sure.
Right. She wasn't a centaur.
No, she wasn't a centaur.
No. Some sort of yes, that's not her original body. I do know that much. And I know she doesn't like fire. So I'm not sure if those dots go together, but I can try and put them together.
Oh my god. Specs is just sweating at this point. Oh god, I know too much.
Specs. Spike, she doesn't tell us anything, please.
Oh my god. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh boy. Yeah, just Specs is just look, a lot of stuff happened in that place. A lot of stuff happened in that House of Mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Uh and we all kind of came to an agreement that like when we want to talk about it, we will talk about it. We will eventually talk about it, but it only comes when we want to talk about it.
Okay.
I know that definitely sounds frustrating, but also
Yeah, it
it wasn't
does.
a good time for any of us.
Okay. Mm. Yeah, that is frustrating.
I mean, if you want, you can try like telling her parents to nudge her a tiny bit, like, "Oh, hey, you know that time you went to like help your friends and something? Do you maybe have a thing you want to talk about?" But you can maybe nudge her. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh boy.
You would think Specs is just in their heads, like, "I'm so sorry, Marigold. I had no idea. Oh no, what have I done?"
uh, well, thanks for that much. I'll certainly pass it on to her friends. Oh boy. As if they don't already have enough going on.
Maybe you can like wait a bit. Maybe you can maybe wait a bit before mentioning it. I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's going to be a bit until we can meet up again anyway, but some of the information is probably going to be better um, sooner rather than later uh, for various reasons. Um, because a lot of the situation is not sustainable, um, and there's various things going on with other people, and there's a there's a dragon at large who has
There's
it
a
in for
dragon at large.
yeah. There's a dragon who's um, probably really upset with me and Marigold and Marigold's parents and Marigold's Wren. Um, because we basically um, took her hoard because her hoard included a bunch of um, university teachers who didn't want to be part of a dragon's hoard. But yeah,
Professor,
she's.
you're going through a lot of stuff.
Uh, yeah, no, I am. I know.
Oh, oh my god. You're also handling a dragon while you're handling this whole thing? Man.
Yeah, a dragon, several different personal crises from various people, um, multiple gods, um, yeah, no, there's just a lot.
Yeah, you should take a break after all this is over.
Yeah.
maybe a nice vacation.
Yeah.
He kind of just remember mushrooms also here. Just I forgot to mention mushrooms also here, but just mushroom pats you on the back, just like there. You're gonna need a vacation after this, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I am. I just hope it doesn't go uh, the way my other vacations went, because one of them involved um, uh, a carnival that should be very familiar to you, because it was the carnival at which we found joy, giving away geases for
Oh
free.
my god, I forgot that was a vacation. That was supposed to be the professor's vacation.
And then when I tried to take another vacation, one of my friends was poisoned and also cursed with, guess what? A geas. Yeah, my track record with vacations is not fantastic.
Specs is looking at you with concern now.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a real kind. I'm tired.
Oh my god, Specs had no idea you were just tired. Like, oh no, that's a whole lot. You need to take a vacation out of Inkwell. I don't know.
I don't know. I might have to.
You might have to. The plot can't get you there.
Well, God, that's the problem, though, is that the plot maybe can't, assuming it exists, but other things can. Because before I got here, my life was just as, eventful.
Oh, Professor Cheese.
He just sort of shrugs.
Man, the Professor's really going through it. Like, I knew the Professor was part of a bunch of games. I just didn't know how many.
Yeah. Yeah, he's part of a lot of different plots. Uh, hmm.
Oh my god.
Well, um, well, well, I mean, I guess I sort of answered my original question, which was how you were doing um, after everything.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm doing fine-ish.
Yeah, it's the ish part I'm worried about. I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, then you won't. But look, like, it, I don't. You can talk to me if you want. I can tell you Azumi is not the right person to have this sort of conversation with.
Oh yeah, I figured as much, definitely.
And I don't know if you would want to have that sort of conversation with routine. Karma might actually be decent. I don't know. Is there anything I can help you with? Do you need anything?
I think I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Did you have any other questions for me?
I have so many questions about the ellipsis. I hope that's not rude.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Specs just is so curious about this ellipsis, and they have like a whole bucket of questions they want to ask.
Yeah, Professor will answer as best he can, and with answers that are just vague enough that they sort of explain what's going on, but like you could not possibly replicate this with the knowledge he's giving you. And it's all about how, like, yes, it's it's bigger on the inside and all that, and like the scenery inside can change around, and it's pretty wild, and it can teleport pretty much wherever you want it to. He does leave out the fact that it time travels. That is not he is not going to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know if what Specs would do if they got the knowledge. Like, this thing can time travel?
Yeah. Professor is trying to keep that on the down low from most people.
Yeah, I don't even know what Specs would do if, like, they knew that.
All right. Well,
But yeah.
I guess we'll have to meet up with the others and compare notes. Literally compare the papers that we got, and divvy up. I don't know. I mean, unless Routine is going to insist on keeping everything, but divvy up the sort of various trinkets we found. But none of that's here, so
I guess next time we'll meet up with the others.
Yes. Well, thank you for talking with me, Specs.
Thank you for talking with me too.
All right. I suppose I'll see you next time then.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, and wherever they were, he'll like lead Specs to the door that opens up into probably your front yard.
Yep. The front yard.
Yep.
That's also the forest. Because God, this is the cabin. This is a cabin in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Until next time, I'll see you, Specs.
See you soon, Professor.
Bye. And then he goes inside, and a moment later, there's sort of that mechanical wheezing and groaning noise, and as the ellipsis sort of disappears, reappears a bit, disappears, reappears a bit, and finally disappears completely.
It's like a lawnmower. It's like you have to like start it up a bit before it actually like goes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Lawnmower.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, so that's the FPS.
Yay! We did it!
Yay! Thank you for listening, audience now and in the future. I hope you have a good time zone. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye!